Hey guys, what's up, Sunil?
That's it. That's it. Go. Hey guys, what's up? Sunil here, and that was the last video about this laptop, the Asus Vivobook S15. That time we didn't had the table, we didn't had chair, and the laptop was new. The knowledge about this laptop's performance was very limited, but now we have the table, chair, plus the laptop has aged. Now I have a better understanding about its performance, and I have a much wider insight about this laptop. So let's jump into a detailed review of Asus Vivobook S15, or you can even say 510UN, and let's see how it performs and how it competes with other models. Now, before I start this review, this might be a lengthy because I have lot of points to cover. I mean, there are a lot of you asking in comment sections about the laptops and issue you guys are facing, so I'm trying to answer majority of questions, if not all, plus my own opinion and insight. So we'll go one by one and try to cover as much as possible. I'm also gonna open the back cover and show you the internals of laptop, plus we have some upgrades to install, so we'll install these upgrades and see how laptop performs after getting the upgrades. So yeah, let's jump into the detailed review and we'll start with specs. So friend, this laptop comes into two configuration, one with Intel 8th generation Core i5 processor 8250U and other with Intel Core i7 8550U 8th generation CPU. And the one we have is a Core i7 8550U model. It's an 8th generation quad core multi-threaded model. So these are the two processor options in Asus Vivobook S series. All the laptops comes with Windows 10 Home license, and except the top end model, rest every other model comes with 8 GB of DDR4 memory, and the top model comes with 16 GB of DDR4 memory. The maximum memory you can expand in this laptop is up to 16 GB of DDR4. I guess the speed maximum supported in this chipset is 2400 MHz. The graphics is handled by Nvidia GeForce MX 150 with 2 GB DDR5 VRAM, and it also has a Intel's regular USD graphics. In storage department, this laptop comes with 1 TB of hard disk, but you can expand up to 2 TB of normal SATA interface HDD, or you can swap your current one for SSD 2.5 inch. For that also the limit is up to 2 TB, and there is also a M.2 slot which can support up to max 512 GB. Now remember, it's only supports SATA interface, not the NVMe. Now the polymer batteries are still not the main line in laptop industry or in mobile phones. They are slowly coming up. I mean, they have their own advantage and disadvantage. I mean, the charge lasts longer in them, they are more reliable, but then still some work needs to be done. However, Asus has done a phenomenal job here, and this small 42 watt-hour battery also gives a decent backup. Now the display department is handled by a Full HD 1080p panel which has a 178 degree wide viewing angle, and the screen is rated at 60 Hz. So if you're a serious gamer, although this machine is not targeted at gamers, but still if you are playing games like CS GO or some medium titles which this laptop can run at ease, you will be limited by the refresh rate of this screen. Although the panel is probably the best in its category, in its competition, the maximum brightness is about 300 nits, but then the sharpness and the color vividness of this panel is really good. It's like simply one of the best in its category. Networking is handled by a Intel modem, so the Wi-Fi ports 802.11 AC, and it's a dual band adapter, and the audio is handled by 2-watt stereo speaker with Asus Sonic Master technology. This laptop is 1.7 kg, and at the thickest point it measures 17.9 mm. So it's quite carry friendly, travel friendly, and it's thin and light. Alright, now it's time to flip this laptop and open its back cover. For that I will use the cover it came with. I mean, this is the cover I got with the laptop, so I'll use this to form a support. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 screws and 2 hidden screws under this foot, rubber foot. So all the screw sizes are of a different size, guys. I mean, they are not of a same size. Like, see, this is a small screw, whereas this slot has a slightly larger screw. So what I do, I normally follow the layout which is on a laptop, and when I remove the screws, I keep them in a very same layout at some other place. Now once you took out these two rubber feet, they have some glue, so keep them away from the dust and keep them aside so that the glue is intact, and when you will reapply them, they will simply stick to the slot. Kept every screw as per their slot, so when I'll put them back, I know which screw belongs to which slot. Opening this laptop is a bit tricky because of this slim body, and the build is so sturdy, and that's why there's hardly any space to insert anything inside. So it's very difficult to open the back of this laptop. I mean, this is one minus point if you're one who likes to frequently open the back of your laptop. But then I guess this trade-off is okay for me because this gives me a more sturdier body and a slim compact body, and it looks very clean. One can hardly open the back of their laptop, mostly 1 or 2 times in their life, only to replace something or to swap something out. That's very rare. So yeah, that's why it's okay. So this is the back cover, guys. It's not metal, it's plastic. Only the top and the sides are metal. The back cover is plastic. So this is the internals of Asus Vivobook S15, the new one, the 8th generation processor. So let's go one by one. This is the CPU, guys, and this is your GPU, the Nvidia GPU, MX150. Now notice the GPU die is bigger than the CPU. I mean, the CPU die is small square shape, whereas the GPU has more of like the rectangle shape, and there is a single fan, and it has a single heat pipe. It's a copper heat pipe, but it's a single heat pipe. In today's age, I prefer dual heat pipes. I mean, if the laptop has a discrete graphics card, there should be 2 heat pipes, one for the graphics card and one for the CPU. But then Asus has done away with a single heat pipe. Probably they are not targeting this laptop towards the gaming use. I mean, yes, it's gameable. I mean, one can game on this laptop, but then it's more of like a thin and lightweight travel laptop, or you can just carry it anywhere. We have a Wi-Fi card here. It's an Intel modem. It's a dual band Intel card. It's very good and it's user replaceable. I mean, if you can see, here is the screw. So in future, if somebody wants to replace this card, they can replace it. So that's the good thing. Then you have the battery here. No, it's a small tiny battery. It's just the 42 watts polymer battery. This is your normal SSD 1 TB hard disk, and it has this blanket. When you want to replace it, you have to remove this heat blanket, and there is the connector behind this. So you can swap it with the SSDs, 2.5-inch SSDs, or the new 2 TB HDD, whatever you like. And here it is, the empty slot for M.2 SATA. And here is your RAM slot. So you can see there is already a 8 GB DDR4 2400 MHz stick installed. It's a Hynix stick, and there is this one slot empty. So here is the audio box. I mean, it's a stereo speaker, so there is one, and then here is a 2. If you can see, the chamber is not very big, it's small, and as expected, the sound is acceptable, not very loud, but then it's clear. It's decent for a small to medium sized room. So these are the internals, guys. Now let's move to our upgrades. So for upgrades, we have a 250 GB Samsung new 860 EVO SATA M.2 and a 8 GB stick from a Crucial, basically Macron. Yes, Micron builds the RAM for crucial. So it's a 8 GB stick, it's a DDR4 2400 megahertz SODIMM, and it's a 1.2 volt, and CL is 17. So whenever you're upgrading your RAM, you have to careful about the voltage and the CL value. I mean, you can always mix the capacity of the RAM. I mean, you can combine the 8 GB and the 4 GB, or the 16 GB and the 8 GB, but then voltage and CL should be ideally similar. This helps for RAMs to run more smoothly, and the chances of any mix matching is reduced when you match the voltage and the cache latency. So this is the RAM. Let me open it. Yeah, so this is the stick. Now my old Hynix is a single ranked RAM, and this is also single ranked RAM. The RAMs comes into two forms, single ranked and double ranked. There are some quad ranks also, but then they are very rare, mostly for the desktops, I believe. So keep in mind that also, if you can find the same type of RAM, it's great for the dual channel thing. And let's open this SSD. I bought these upgrades from Amazon. I got really great deals. Links are in description if you're planning to buy these items. So this is basically a Samsung's new 860 EVO, which is a successor for 850 EVO. I mean, 850 was their quite a popular, SSDs. So in box we have SSD itself. Now remember, it doesn't come with the screw, and in laptop case you don't get any spare screws like in desktop. The motherboard manufacturer normally bundles few extra screws, whereas in laptop it doesn't come with any screw. So you have to buy or arrange a screw with your own efforts. If you go searching in hardware store for the screw, the best you can get is these. I mean, these are the best I got from the hardware, the smallest size available with them. They are much bigger than what you need. I'll just show you. I mean, this is the one, and what you actually need is this. So can you see the difference? Yeah, so the best chance to get them in market is to go to any computer shop or a service center and just request them to give you a screw if there is a spare one with them. So first we will install the RAM. Now it already comes with the 8 GB RAM. I'm installing one more stick of 8 GB. The point to making 16 GB is because I use this laptop for video editing and Photoshop and everything. So 8 GB is enough for playing games. If you will see this laptop, its graphics card and the type of games it can play smoothly, for them 8 GB RAM is enough. And for normal photo editing also the 8 GB RAM is enough. But then if you are doing a video editing, and that too medium to heavy video editing, like I normally shoot at 2.7K or 4K, if you're doing that kind of video editing, then you have to have a 16 GB RAM. And the correct way to apply a RAM is like insert the RAM in 45-degree angle, and then when it's fully in, simply press it down from the outer edge and it will click. So that's it, it's installed. Now let's install the SSD. SSD in today's age is really worth having. I mean, it improves the speed. It is much faster than your normal HDD. The boot times and the program loading times will be much faster than you can expect, and it consumes less power, so the overall battery backup will improve, and it will also generate less heat, no mechanical moving part like the HDDs. So that's one advantage. Then it's lighter. Look at this, it's hardly a 8-gram piece, whereas this 1 TB 2.5-inch normal HDD, it's more than 100 grams. So look at the weight difference. So if you will remove this and put another lightweight SSD of, let's say, 1 TB, I mean, it's very costly, I know, but then if you can put that, you can decrease your laptop weight by 100 grams. Plus it is very reliable. I mean, these things, because they are a flash memory, they are much more reliable than the mechanical hard drives, because there is no moving parts, so they are much more reliable. They are more resistant to weather and temperature, and they are noiseless. There is nothing moving inside, so there is no noise. So these are the major advantage of having an SSD over HDD. And when you're doing video editing and all stuffs, these things help. So because it's a SATA interface, so the 5-pin thing will go inside. Just put it at 45-degree angle, little slow, and push it in. Yeah, now it's fit. And then you just put your screw. So that's it, guys. The SSD is installed, the RAMs are installed, the upgrade is complete. So we'll put the back cover back and we'll move to the next topic. So with these new upgrades installed, this laptop should be like the new Thor with its new weapon, the Stormbreaker, and crush everything which I throw at it. Or if I'm overstating, at least it will be better than the new Hulk, I guess. Yeah, that's true. It will be better than the new Hulk.